Hello, good evening. Let's see. Yeah. Get this going. Good evening, good evening. Hey, good evening, girl. Put this in there, what we're talking about for tonight. Hey, Monica. Let's see. Hello, hello. Good evening, good evening. Hello, hello. Hey, Melissa. So I got that. Hello, hi, Trash Bucket. Nice to see you, nice to see you. Good evening. Hello, hello. Good evening, good evening. So let me get this going, show you guys what we are talking about tonight. So tonight we're going to be talking about which is better, video or photo. So we get that a lot about which one is better, which one should you use. So I'm going to kind of break down which one you should use depending on, each case. So each one has its own purpose for what you should do. So I hope you got your drinks because I have mine. I know I didn't realize how clear it looks, like water, but it's not water. It's Della Rosa, and it is the tropical mango. Actually, it's pretty good. Yeah. So I think I still like my black better and my rosé, but yeah, all of it is all good. So how are you guys doing? So while y'all in here, drop down which one you think is better. Do you think video is better or photo is better? So let me know in the comments about what your vote is for. I haven't tried the mango yet. Yeah, this is my first time trying it. It's a bit of a bite. I like mango, but I don't know if I like mango so much as a fruit, as a drink, mixed up in it. So I don't know. Yeah, it tastes a little medicine-y to me, but I have a real particular taste bud for when I taste something, I'm like, tastes like medicine. So maybe I was traumatized as a kid and I was just oh, everything tastes like medicine. Everything tastes like Dimetap or grape to me. So, all right, I'm seeing some photo votes coming in. I'm seeing video. I'm seeing depending on the situation. All right, that looks good. You guys are studying up on it. I haven't tried. Yeah. So yeah, Monica, the mango one, you might want to pass up on it, but I tried it because I think my best friend said it's good, and that's what she said. I think it's a tropical mango one. Hey, girl. So I don't know. So I'm kind of on the fence about it, but I still think hands down the black is the best one with that red, and just because it's not too sweet, but it's not super dry either. So I really dig that. And then of course the platinum one, which I think is like the Moscato, and then the rosé one is really good. So, but I know they have a whole bunch. I think I saw a grapefruit one and some other ones. So I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of grapefruit, so I don't know how well that is really going to taste. You know what I mean? But, what are you guys drinking on tonight? Are you guys drinking wine? You drinking your water? It is hot. That's one thing I noticed is it is getting to be hot. It's getting to be real hot. Hey, Octavia. Good to see you. You made it. Yay. So yeah, so I'm going to give it about another minute and then we're going to jump on into it. And see. All right, tea. Tea is good. I've been drinking a lot of green tea as of late. So yes, for H2O. Yes, all the water. Actually, I drink tons of water and I really haven't been drinking stuff for the happy hour, but this is my bottle. So I drink this with water. This is filled with water. I drink one or two, at least one of these a day. I try to get through two, but I used to get through 1.5. So, and I have this by my bed at night. So when I drink it, but yeah, so I drink plenty of water. So I actually prefer water over anything. So yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. And so just along the way, if you have comments or any questions, just drop them in there. And so down at the very bottom, there is actually a question mark. There should be a question mark there. So if you have questions, it will pop up. Hey girl. it will pop up on there, and so you can ask questions along the way, and feel free, drop your questions or your comments if you have anything to kind of add to the conversation. So it's very informal, so don't feel like, oh my god, I can't say nothing. So no, totally ask all your questions and everything. And so before I get started, because I usually always forget to do this, but I'm Steph of Phoenix Michelle Photography. I am a photographer, videographer, and an Instagram hack, tip giver, app like kind of person. So I'm really into learning and, just trying to be more efficient with my time, because I work a full-time job as well. And I do this business in addition. So I'm definitely one for trying to get everything all together and not mix it all up. So, but tonight we're going to talk about video versus photo. Hello. So to get started, I'm going to start off with photos. Okay. So it's a little off. Let me y'all can see that. Hey. So I think, and this is based on me, right? So photos are best for when you have a snapshot, right? Because, when you have photos, you don't have a lot. It's so like a snapshot of kind of what's happening, but there's so many things that are mixing, right? We won't know like location. We may not know like the sounds that are going on that's being impacted when you do photos. So that is, hey Jordan, of what you need to do, right? So snapshots are great if we can get a good reaction. We can kind of feel like whatever's going on with the event or whatever you're shooting. Hey, so I love to do that. And then second, photos are best for memes, right? Memes are really great if you can just totally like the freeze frame ones, and ones that are really funny. So if you got something that's really funny, I like to use those whenever you have like a really funny event or someone's making a really like interesting face. And then you can say like, caption this. So that's what photos are really great for. So the answer to the question already is kind of like, it depends. Sometimes photos are good, and, sometimes video may be good. But I mean, it depends on your situation. So those are the main things that I say photos are best for. And when you have to add text to it, sometimes, photos may not have something else, it's kind of lacking. So you can do that like if you're doing promotion for an event. So you put a nice photo up. Like for me, I would say, hey, I'm having a special, on seniors. So like I would have a senior kind of posed up, or a photo of a senior. And then I would say, limited time offer. Like for you, Octavia, you're having your boutique. So like your boutique, you could have a video, or not a video, sorry. You could have a photo of like a skirt or a dress or a shirt. And then you could put some text on it that would say, head to my website, or, sell for limited time. So something like that would be really good. I saw Crafty Culinaire. So Crafty Culinaire. So you would be great for a photo if you have like the end product of a craft, and then say, head over to my site and you can follow me. Head over if you want to learn more about this. So that way it's something very intriguing. So if you have a photo that's really intriguing that kind of speaks for itself, then photo is definitely best. So I have a couple of photos that I wanted to show you guys. Let's see. Oh, I have to go through like my whole thing. Hold on. Let me see, because I want to show you guys, because I had some photos that were like really funny that like you see and you don't even like have to guess like what's happening, because you kind of get an idea of, oh, okay, that's not my bad. Okay, so let me pull this up. That's my Cash App. Don't need the Cash App. Hold on. So I thought it was going to go through and save. All right. Well, I'm going to just pull up one video or one photo. So this photo here, this is of the turned gentleman, right? So this photo kind of speaks for itself. Like it's a nice summer day. You kind of get the vibe from it, right? So like using colors and tones and things like this, you kind of get an idea. Oh, look who it is. I just pulled up your picture. There he is, you guys. So be sure to go give him a follow. So this is him in this photo. So like this photo right here, it speaks for itself. Like you don't really need to put any text over it, right? So like you get a feeling of this. Like if I were to look at this, I would say, oh man, that orange juice looks so good. Oh, it's nice, relaxing. He must be like in Miami somewhere. Like the colors or tones, you get a feeling from it. So like a photo like this is perfect for a situation like this, because it tells you already like how it's feeling, right? So you don't have to worry about it. You got it. It makes a lot of sense. So photo is very perfect for that, because I don't need to add any text to it. You can look at it and you get an idea of it. Hey, so that's why a photo would be really great for that. So it gives a feeling already that you don't need to add any text to it. By looking at it, you already can get an idea of like, okay, this is what's happening. It's perfect for that. I'm trying to get to my other photo. I guess it's like you have to go through, which I did not want to have to go through like all my photos because I have like a gazillion. But yeah, so that's what a photo is really good for that instance. And then I'll just use this one. But this is not mine, so I saw this. But this caught my attention because it's gives me a feeling of feeling like I'm an adventurer, right? So like it makes me want to go out there. I want to like figure out, like motivates me. So like something like this, because it has a lot of the tones and the ideas like given for it and things like that. So for me, I really like a photo to be used for that. And let me see. I wish there was a way that you could just go through and pull up that. So yeah, so that's what you use those for. So those are two examples of using photos. So memes are also great, like I said before, right? If you have a really great meme or someone's making like a really great face, like that's great because it speaks for itself. So looking for something like that, or you can generally judge like the reaction. So like the photo I was going to show you guys, which I have to like dig through. I don't know how I can go through and pull up like through my thing. I had it in a folder. But anyways, but it's a photo that I took at the Melon Festival, and it was during the with Yezi. She was doing like a twerk hip hop fitness class, and she like literally like in the middle of the circle bust the splits. So like, you know, and around it, everybody's face is like, oh, like, I mean, it's a really like epic picture. So like for that, you don't need anything because you get the idea. You see her. First of all, she's like doing the splits. So anytime, you know, someone busts the splits, it's always like, oh, what's happening? So like that kind of reaction, right? So she's doing that. And then you see everybody's faces around them are like, oh, they're like in shock. So anything like that, like so cooking. So like your photos speak for itself, right? You post a picture of food and it's beautiful. And it's like, oh my, you make people want to eat it. You make people want to learn more about it. And so that's how you get people engaged with your content. So those are the tips for like photos. So photos are best for when you have a great snapshot. It has to be like eye catching. It has to be something. It just can't be like a photo of just you like standing and like that's not going to tell us anything. But it has to be really interesting and really engaging. Okay. And then once again, memes or something that you can add a little bit of text over to kind of explain it more. So videos. So videos are best whenever you're doing like a tutorial of some sort. So like if you're trying to explain something, like sometimes a photo just does not tell enough, right? A photo will only give you like a basic breakdown. Like if I see you bake something, so like so cooking, like if you show me a picture of like a cake, I'm like, ooh, but I wonder how she made it, right? So then you could go through. So like for you, I would do like a swipe file. So I would show a picture first and I would say like, you know, just show the picture and then I would do a swipe. The next one would be like, oh, look at this, you know, here goes the recipe. Then the next swipe would be a video showing you kind of like the step-by-step or like a time lapse or whatever, you know, kind of showing you how you made this cake. So that's what it's for. So videos are great for tutorials. So like if you're walking someone through like a product of how to make something, if you're doing like a sale that's kind of complicated. So like I know you guys have seen all the ads, right? Like on Instagram. So I don't know about you, but I definitely get tons of ads, right? So and they're like, oh my God, if you buy this stuff, you're gonna make $1 million. I mean, YouTube is really bad about that one with the sports car, right? If you just do these 10 things, I was living in my mom's house and now I'm driving a Lamborghini. Everything's fine. You know, if you do these 5 things, well, y'all can't see 5. These 3 things, you'll be a millionaire in 3 months. 3 months, you hear me? So like something like that is kind of like, okay, it takes a lot more than just with photos. Yeah, she do be whipping it up in the kitchen. Yeah, Sophia. Yeah, so cooking, definitely. So anybody that's like cooking or doing anything like that would be so ideal to do that, because there's something, I think there's a couple of things that people always want to learn, right? That's why YouTube is so famous. So think about YouTube. When you go looking for something and you can't figure something out, what do? You go to YouTube, right? You try to go to YouTube and you're going to learn and figure it out. So that is what that is for. So think of your videos like that. So if you can teach someone, educate something on something new and explain it, then that is definitely what video is for. And videos actually are like depending on it, but most of the time videos do better than photos. So videos, you could just add so many different layers to things. So for me, you could do video, you could just have yourself, but then hearing you talk and people hearing your voice is like another thing, because they get to hear what you sound like. Because sometimes, have you ever met someone and you see them and you're like, that's not what I imagined you sound like. Like, okay, that's okay. But now you have that voice to match with that person's look. So like it helps you to add more depth to yourself and then also to your brand, because at the end of the day, you are your brand, right? And so people don't buy a product, they buy you. And, so like if they just see pictures of you, they may not feel like they could connect to you because they just see you. But if they can hear you and if you could play some music, like for me, whenever I do a video, I like to put my music on there because like I'm such a fan of it. Yeah. So like I'm a fan of music, period. So like the music that you usually hear on my videos are music that like I really, really like. So like that's my style. That's my flair. Like that's who I am. So for me, that is what I do. So like when I play a song, that is my style. That is my vibe. So you get to learn a little bit about me by like hearing what I do. Like, oh, she likes that music. I like that song too. Or, oh, that's different. I wouldn't expect that. So for me, that is what I try to like go for and what I like to do. Whenever I'm working on a project or anything like that, because you can really bring people in so they can hear your voice and, music, and just helps to set a tone. So hearing, it's just like when you go to the movie theater. Have you ever gone to a movie and you hear a song and you're just like, wow, that was beautiful. And like you get all these emotions, right? You get all these, like you may feel happy, you may feel sad, you may feel joy when you hear a certain song. And then also songs are connected to like memories, right? So like I know for me, the holidays, I love Christmas. That's like one of my favorite holidays. So when I hear certain songs, I get a warm feeling and I think about my family and I might laugh. I'll think about that time my sister or my brothers do this, and that. So whenever you want to evoke some kind of emotion out of somebody and, make them feel a certain way, then videos to me are the best way to do that because you can layer it in there. So if you don't catch someone by the visual, you can catch them by the music, and just the tone of everything else that you're doing. Yes. Okay. So Lachey World said, yes, videos definitely have helped my brand grow tremendously. And I can say for me, I think it has too. Cause like I am a videographer, but like, it's funny cause I would do videos for other people, but I wouldn't do videos for myself. And I'm like, wait, I know how to do this. Why would I not do that for myself? Right. So by doing that, especially like putting yourself out there, I will say it is very hard to put yourself out there, but like once you do, it's actually really good. Like you'll find that more people are rooting for you than not. So for me, I was always like, well, I don't know, I'm kind of goofy. I might be kind of awkward. I don't know if people are going to like me. But then it's like at the end of the day, it's way easier to be yourself than to be anybody else. Right. And so you can really portray that in your videos. So that's why I'm a big fan of it, just for your brand in general. Like Lachey's World was saying, like it will help you. Like if you're one of the people that's like, I don't understand why my Instagram's not growing, doing the ugly crying thing of like, when, nobody likes my stuff and blah, blah, blah. Like change it up. Maybe all you do is like look at your feed and say like, am I doing anything different? Hey, watcher, share this live with at least 3 more people because this info is everything. Yeah, y'all share it. Thank you. Yeah, y'all share this, please. And I'm going to have the replay up too. And I'm also going to put it up on my YouTube. But yes, if y'all could share this, that would be wonderful. But but videos are really great for you and your brand and just for us to hear yourself, know who you are. And, I know it gets kind of tough because you're like, I'm awkward. I don't know what to say. I'm going to stumble. But that's okay because we all stumble. And guess what? Like Rome wasn't built overnight. We all got to start from somewhere. So like you're always looking at somebody else's end and not, and you're like, you didn't see their journey. So like for me, I always look at natural hair, YouTube back in the day, like when natural hair first came out and it was such a big thing. You look at those old videos, they're like in their bathroom using a cell phone. And now everything's like 4K and it's like all high def and they look all, you can see like every single one of their pores now. But that's not how they started off, So now everything was like really good in that way. Let's see. I got a question. What software do you edit your videos in? So I use a mix of Final Cut Pro and Adobe Premiere. I did at one point use Filmora, which is another program as well. So, but I love all 3. So it just kind of depends on your preference. Like years ago when I was first editing, I tried Premiere and I was like, I don't know what's happening. This is so confusing. So then I just kind of stuck with iMovie. So by doing that, I figured it out. And then now that I got the Final Cut Pro, I pretty much can adapt to Premiere now. So it's just more of like understanding the timeline and things like that. But it's really fun. And, you know, you can start with some really basic stuff. So I always say like start small. So like maybe create like a slideshow and, you know, continuously like create stuff. Like you're at home, film your kids, film. I mean, I don't have anybody. I mean, my brother might model for me, but chance probably not. But, you know, get whatever. Like I like to just film like random stuff like around my house. Like I'll film like a glass, you know, just play with lighting and things like that and get some practice on it. You know, and just play around with that until you get better. And then YouTube is amazing. Film puzzles. Yeah, Wise Wellness. Wise Wellness has been sending me some of her stuff and it has been wonderful, you guys. Like when I mean she's been practicing, and she's actually been using all the apps. So like a couple of weeks ago when I did the apps, so she's been using Prequel and she was using Spark Camera, which is really great if you're not using Spark Camera for like on the go. And I'm going to break down Prequel because I really love Prequel. Like I'm probably about like 2 steps away from buying the pro version of Prequel because it's just so awesome. I just love the retro feel that I can do. Like I might try to do like a mini recording of that. So let me give you guys another example. So here goes like a tutorial video that I kind of recorded that I'm probably going to show you guys and have it out there.
One question that I get is how to let people know of your event. So one thing I like to do is set up a sticker with a countdown. So like, for example, this will be the late happy hour. And then we're going to select the date and the time. So it's going to be for tomorrow. It's not all day, so you gotta unselect. You saw how I did that, unselect for it to give you the time. So it's Thursday tomorrow at 6:30.
So what I'm doing is walking you through how I do the countdown. So like if you go to my stories and you see the countdown, so this is basically what I'm doing here. I'm showing how you do it.
Countdown kind of going, but if you click on this arrow, it will say people will be able to turn on reminders and share this countdown to their story. But a lot of people actually do not know that. So what I suggest is to make this a little smaller just for these purposes. So go back to your GIF, pick out an arrow.
So hard that it just gets done. All right, so let me get out of that so you guys can see. But yeah, so that's how you do it. Yeah, see, I'm dropping them truth bombs. Yay. So yeah, so that's how you get people to do it. Yeah, so that's why if you guys ever see like on my stories where I'm adding and I'll do the arrow and I'm like, click here for the button. Like that's why I'm doing that, because I think I did it on somebody, you know, because I was like, what does this button do? I'm one of those people that I like, if I see something, I try to figure it out. I'm like, oh, that's different. What is this? So like if it tells me not to push it, I might push it. So I pushed it and then it was like, you want a reminder? And I was like, I didn't know that. So I like slipped up on that and figured it out. So that's why I like let people know. So like if you're doing it, yeah, Melissa. So like if you ever have like something like an event, so like so cooking, like when you go live on Sundays, like put that on there. Like, hey, you guys click here for a reminder. Now, some people are going to click on it and be like kind of spammy, right? So like even like when you use the sticker, like with the questions one, like I don't know how the bots figure out like how to send you stuff, because I get a gazillion like, hey, check out my page, or hey, you want to buy this? And I'm like, no, I want you just to come to my live. So, but whatever. But so yeah, so that's what you can do. So if you're having like Melissa, she posted about her Pinterest workshop, right? Melissa, you're doing another Pinterest workshop. So if you guys need deets on the Pinterest workshop, you need to get with Melissa, because she is the bomb. So like she helped me get my whole Pinterest like life together. Because I was not doing, I knew I needed to do Pinterest. And if you're not doing Pinterest, you probably should do Pinterest, but don't talk to me about that. Talk to Melissa about that, because I'm still trying to figure that thing out. So like because Melissa and the Dallas Black bloggers are actually going to have another Pinterest workshop. So be sure to check them out for that. So like so cooking. Yes. Try that out. Try out the stickers. That way. Yeah, thank you, for sure. So yeah, so like if y'all need help with Pinterest, go to that. If you guys need cooking, please go to So Cooking. If you need anything like wellness wise and some awesome candles, like go to Wise Wellness. So I'm just like giving all y'all like my deets real quick. But here goes my candle. So I bought this one. It's pear margarita. Pear Margarita is like a really great candle. Hey, today. So it's like super awesome. But yeah, so support your local people. But that's why you want to do videos. So like if you're trying to teach someone something, like I just showed you guys of how to go use your IG stickers and to let people know about your event, so how to do the countdown. A lot of people don't know that. So like you tell people, like you have to tell people what you want them to do. So kind of like when you're using CTAs in your captions of like, hey, tag a friend, or hey, do this. Like you have to kind of do it on your stories too. Like, hey, DM me if you want a link to this, or hey, click on this arrow so you can be reminded of the countdown. 'Cause a lot of people see the countdown, but like I think when it first came out, it didn't have a reminder on there for people, and I think after the fact. So like you have to pay note to like changes that happen, because sometimes they may not be really announced. Because I know Instagram's doing a lot of other things, like with stories and stuff. Like for one, I know like they're coming up with is fonts. So I don't know if you guys know, but like, when you do a font, like I'm kind of over the font options that I have already. I'm like, oh, right, my same 2 or 3 that I really like. Well, Instagram's going to be coming out with some more for the story. So y'all be on the lookout for that. Okay. So those are like the differences between using like photo and video. So like photos, if you got something really engaging, that's going to grab people's attention. And then videos, like if you want to do like a tutorial, or you have an explanation, or you're really trying to get some kind of emotion out of people, right? So like I did have my video, I have to go on my feed, but my video where I'm walking and I have the music playing and I have like these stickers going off, I kind of call it my like don't give up video. So like that video, I have the text kind of popping up around me and I'm saying different things like, oh, you're too old, oh, you don't do this, oh, you're not good enough. So like for me, I wanted people to feel like how I was feeling. Like when I designed that and I created that video, it was so that I could kind of like encourage somebody, right? Because I was kind of feeling like, oh, maybe I'm not as good as I should be. I should be better. I should be further along, like in my career or just craft or just in general. And so for me, I had like this music, and this music, when I heard it, I just thought about like, man, this music right here, this is exactly what I need. This is going to give a feeling. And it's like definitely one of my best videos that I got like the most engagement like ever on anything that I've ever like posted. Like I posted pictures of babies and stuff like that. You're like babies and puppies and cats. Like that's something that should always like win. But that's like one of my best videos. But I mean, I took some thought into it. It's only 10 seconds too. So it's not even like a whole 30, 40-second like clip or a minute. So it doesn't have to be long. So think about it. So it has to just catch people's attention. Oh, it's your fave. Thanks, Lauren. Lauren was there when we shot it. Yeah, we did it for our collab when we were doing our Brandon like promo shoot or whatever. But yeah, so like doing things like that. So think about like your purpose. So whenever you're trying to choose between a photo and a video, what is your purpose? So think about what is the end goal for this? Is this to motivate someone? Is this to encourage someone? Is this to be, to kind of get people's attention? Is this to try to get some engagement? And so if you're looking for engagement, generally video is best, but the video has to be good and catch people's attention, because like our attention span, you got like 3 or 4 seconds in before you miss people. Hey girl. So before you miss people, because it's got to be short and it's got to be sweet, right? So you got to get to the point. Like don't sit here and be like, and once upon a time my mother and me were going to the grocery store and blah, blah. Like we gonna stop. I don't want to hear it. I want to say, hey, do you know how you can save $50 a day? Oh, that's good. I can save money. So it's got to be really quick and kind of engaging right before, so you can hold people's attention when you do that. Yay. I'm just saying, I don't want to hear about you going to the grocery store. I don't know. I mean, it might be cool. I mean, your mom and everything, like mom's cool, but like, I don't want to hear about you going to the grocery store. I'm gonna just be real. Like, I'm gonna swipe up. Does it swipe up? Because I know swipe right is like Tinder and stuff or whatever. But I'm gonna swipe up or go past it. I guess that's TikTok where you swipe up. Whatever. I'm just gonna skip on past it and be like, oh, that's nice. Your mom went to the grocery store. Okay. Yeah, you gotta get straight to the point. Because like we don't have a lot of time, right? Because like usually when I'm on my phone, I'm probably like got my laptop open, and then like my brother might be talking to me, and I'm already thinking of like 5 other things. And so like for me, I'm just like, what? You gotta hit me with the, hey girl, these shoes are on sale. We go, what? Oh girl, did you know Rihanna's having a sale? We go, what? Like I'm gonna stop. So you gotta be quick with it. So just think about that like whenever you're coming up with something. So like anytime I'm doing a post or any type of or just like an event or a sale, hey Stephanie, that you want to do, you want to think about what is my end goal? Like, do I want to get people to feel this emotion what kind of story do you want to tell? Because like all of that really matters into your content. So either one. So at the end of the day, either one is best. So let me put this up. So if y'all have any questions, because we're probably gonna get ready to wrap it on up. But yeah, but either one. So the big idea is that video or photo is best depending on you, the content, and your purpose. Okay, so like if your purpose is to try to gather and collect people in, then you might want to, if you want to teach somebody something, video is more than likely best. But Instagram has gotten a lot better though, because now you have the swipes, right? Or I call them swipe, but they're carousels, but I call them swipes because you have to swipe. So you got the swipe type of post, right? Where you can have up to 10 things. So like if you're going to do something in instruction and you just have photos, don't worry if you don't have video, but use your swipes appropriately. Right. So like if I had a swipe file, I would show a picture of, let's say I'm going to use social cooking because like for me, cooking and food is always like a really great thing. People always want to see food. So like I would show a picture of a cake. That would be my first swipe. Second swipe would be ingredient 1. So you could do a step by step and show each picture, take one picture of each step and say you want to keep going. And then I would you have to tell people what to do. I would say, keep swiping. So I would put an arrow at the bottom of it and say, keep swiping. See the next step. Or you want to see the finished product? Swipe left, right? So swipe. Just keep going until you get to the end. But know that if you're going to do photos, use, you got 10. You got 10 options you could use. So like, but don't use it with like random stuff. It has to have a connection. It has to be like the same thing. So like for me as a photographer, if I wanted to say something like Mother's Day, right? It had just happened. So Mother's Day, I would post, hey, I would post I would say in my captions, like, something like, oh man, this post is dedicated to all the moms. Hey, I would say this post is dedicated to all the moms. And, and here goes some of my favorite moms that I photograph. And, the strength of a mother is amazing. They do so many things for our families and things like that. And so then I would show, that might take up the first slide. And then I'm going to show one mother, maybe a mother. And I would show different stages of motherhood too. So like you have to be mindful of, of all your audience, think about who your audience is. But like for me, I have kind of an assortment of audience and I always want everybody to feel inclusive because moms may not necessarily be, like a traditional, like what we think of as a mom, right? So like moms is, I have moms that aren't my real mom, but they are definitely my mom. You know what I mean? Like I have like a work mom and like she is my mom. You know what I mean? Like if I need anything, I always come to her. So like I would put a picture of her and being like, you have your work mom, you have your traditional mom. I would show a mother that's in maternity. I would show a mom with her animals and her pets because there are fur babies, right? So like they're moms too. So like that's part of the story that you want to use. So that way you can use every part of your swipe. So if you're going to use just photos and not use a video, then that's one way you can do that as well. So don't ever feel like, yeah, fur babies. I know. I think like with this whole quarantine, I've realized I've learned a couple of things about myself and I want a fur baby. Like I want fur snuggles because like I have nobody to snuggle with. And I'm like, it would be nice to have a dog or something to snuggle. So like now my explore page is totally filled with like dog videos. Like I went that day, I was like, oh, look at that. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, and I was like, yeah, Steph, you need a dog. You need some kind of animal. You need, yes, fur snuggles. I know. I've been looking at all the pictures and I want one. So maybe like one day. But at my place right now, my landlady is like over it. And ironically, her name is Pearl. Like, I don't know if y'all ever seen like not Adam Sandler, but the Will Ferrell YouTube video. You have to Google it and it's called Pearl. It's called The Landlady and it's like this little girl. But yeah, but it's not, don't watch it around the kids because there's some bombs that are dropped in it. But it's very funny though. But it's Pearl the Landlady. But yeah, so back to what I was saying is that, choose whatever you think is best according to your goal and whatever you're trying to accomplish based on photos or videos. I think each one has a time and a place. If you use a photo, make sure it's very attention grabbing. It's going to make people stop. So for me, if you have like babies are always going to make people stop. It's just some photos that like, puppies, dogs or something like really engaging. Like right now, because it's like COVID's been going on now, but Texas is starting to open back up. But in some places, it's still really empty. To me, that is eye-catching stop. That would make me stop scrolling kind of thing, kind of an impact. Because it's like New York City or, like different, like very populated places. are now empty. Like, to me, that's whoa, because that's history. That's historical. That's something that we will never see. Like, this has never happened, to see all these major landmarks empty. So things like that would be an amazing story to talk about and to tell, like, how this has impacted you and things like that. And even a photo, like I've seen a couple of drone shots that's been going out of different areas. And to me, that's very engaging. That tells a story. It doesn't have to have any words, but like you can use different kinds of music and things like that to kind of set the scene. So yeah. So any questions, anybody? You can ask them or drop your comments. Cats are the best. I like cats to a certain extent. There are some really sweet cats, but cats have to be sweet because I like snuggles. But I know some cats are not very, like, they don't want to be bothered. But I have experienced a couple of cats that were super sweet. Like one of my roommates in college, actually, she had a very sweet cat. He was super sweet. So yeah, so I did, like, he made me like take a second look at cats. At first I was like, oh my God, not a cat. But then I was like, he's kind of sweet. He lets me pet. He comes to snuggle on me. He's okay. I like him. He's very sweet. So yeah, but any other questions, guys? If you do, you always are welcome to DM me. Yeah, I think videos are better. I think it depends on your platform too. For me, obviously I do videos, so I think videos are better, but that's because for me, I'm a big fan of movies. And so I'm always, whenever I watch a movie, I like to pay close attention to like the colors that are used, the music that is used, the framing that is used, right? So like there's so much you can do with video. I feel like that's different than photos. Like with a movie or a video, you can like add different music to make someone feel sad. You could change the colors on it a lot, which you can do with photos too. But like with video, it's like framing. So like you can make someone feel like claustrophobic. You can make someone feel like they have nowhere to run. If you do some really close, framing, like with your composition when you're shooting, you can make someone feel like, oh, there's nowhere to go. Hey, there's nowhere to go, there's nowhere to run, right? So like you see that a lot like in scary movies, and that's the reason why they shoot like that, right? Because they want to give you that feeling of, ooh, there's nowhere to go, like they feel trapped, so that way you can identify with the character as well. That's why you'll see like a lot of blue tones, like in horror movies. It's always like grayscale, like vampire movies have that feeling, because vampires are really like, they're known as being like heartless, right? And they're cold, they don't have any warmth to them. So blue is generally seen as being, because it's a cooler tone. So it gives that feeling of feeling cold and like, so that's why a lot of horror movies are kind of shot in that way. So you could do a lot with video. So, I mean, I think it depends, because there's some great photos out there that have made me stop that video will not be able to compare to, because the photo may say plenty, right? I like photos for like memes, because I'm a big fan of memes and stuff like that. And just like funny stuff, right? There's certain reactions that just like are just great for photo. Like you can just pick it out. You can get like a feeling from it. So I think it's like whatever, but I definitely encourage video. So if you don't do any video, you can hit me up. But there's so many apps. I gave a couple of tips on some apps. And I have some on my blog, on my website. If you go to my website, I have a couple of apps on there that you can use. So you don't have to be like a video editing pro, because there are some apps that you can use on your phone that kind of get you going. Until you can get to like a pro person, or, it just kind of depends on what you want to do and what your goal is. But yeah, so this is the Late Happy Hour. I appreciate you guys for joining me. I will see you guys next Thursday with the new topic. I might have a guest on, because I'm bringing on guests now to come talk about different things and kind of give us some different tips as well. I have a YouTube. So my YouTube is Venus Michelle Photography. You can follow me there, see a couple of tutorials, my website, and then my email if you want to. You can screenshot this. Otherwise, I will see you guys next Thursday at 6:30. So thank you guys for joining. Bye.